Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia lost can be found. Now, first of all, I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has chosen to stick around with the channel and subscribe. We're actually close to 100 subscribers now, and it's way more than I ever expected when I started this channel, so I'm hoping to continue growing, getting to meet new people through this game and this community, and see where it goes. As for today, we're going to be taking a look at a lore video released on Nintendo of America's Twitter account. This is one of two lore videos that were released in Japanese so far on the Dragalia Lost YouTube page. I talked about these in my last video, at least one of them, in my story impressions video. But this time I'm going to give you my commentary as the trailer's playing, and then I'll talk to you after the video. With that, let's start watching.
This is the tale of a pact between humans and dragons. The wind,
a pact between
the
humans
rain,
and dragons.
The ebb and flow of the tides. All of nature's blessings rely on the dragons.
Okay, so the dragons are more associated with nature, as we know.
They lived in harmony. Then, 1,000 years ago, things began to change. An industrial revolution
A war between
gave us
humans and
structures
dragons.
of iron and steel, vehicles that raced across the land, city lights that blurred the lines
Vehicles is
between day
interesting.
and night. But our comforts came at a cost. As nature suffered and the world's mana was thrown out of balance, the dragons took notice. Our hubris enraged them. Our disregard for nature offended them. And so, we were brought to blows.
So the dragons are said to be angry, but they're actually shown as
The dragons
losing
fought
power
with
with the loss
fire
of
and
mana, which
lightning,
is interesting.
while we countered with steel and sheer numbers, somehow holding our own. After years
Those
of
almost look like
conflict,
guns
we
or
lost
bayonets.
patience with this war of attrition. Our scholars forged a key, one that opened the door to another realm and brought forth a creature so terrible, so merciless, that the dragons would have to relent. His name was
There's the
Morsayati.
demon that's been mentioned on the website.
Foolishly,
Okay,
we believed
getting
this
a name.
creature would obey us. One
Morsayati.
dragon, Elysium, saw Morsayati for the demon he was. Elysium struck a pact with Ilia, a human woman he believed to be of noble intent.
So Elysium is a man,
Together,
or a male dragon
they
rather,
united the world,
and Ilia is a woman.
rose against Morsayati, and locked away his power, rekindling the bond between dragon and human, and securing an age of peace.
So I wonder if this is before or after Alberius.
Humanity abandoned industry and swore to coexist with dragons and nature alike. The war was brought to an end.
So that would explain why technology is back to normal. Okay, and we have a to be continued screen. Alright, that's the video. So, again, this is my first time watching this video. These are my first impressions. We got a name, which is very cool, Morsayati. That's the name of the demon. We also found out, and I think we may have assumed this, but Elysium is a male dragon, Ilia is a woman. We don't know if she was contemporaneous to Alberius. At least I'm not sure of that. That may be something we could line up if we look at dates on the Japanese website and the other Japanese lore video. But what was really interesting was looking into the past and seeing how much technology was present in the game. It makes me wonder if some of that could come back into the game, maybe in future updates or as the story develops. The video gave a story justification for why that's gone. Basically, once dragons and humans made up after this conflict, humans abandoned that technology, so that explains why we don't have weapon classes in the game like gunners or any kind of steampunk vibes in the game so far. but I think it would be nice if there's a way to fit something like that in. Again, maybe in a future update or down the road. And finally, even though the trailer says not actual gameplay, and of course we know that, I really hope, as I said before, that they incorporate this art style, this sketchy art style, into the actual game somehow, even if it's on worm prints or on flashbacks, even in still images. It would be quite cool. Alright, so that pretty much sums up my impressions on the video. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'm hoping that we'll get the second video soon. Of course, we know it's coming because the first one ended with "to be continued," but it remains to be seen. It should drop this week. It could drop early next week. Whenever it comes out, I'll definitely take a look. I have a couple more videos planned before the game releases next week, so definitely keep an eye out for those. One of the things I want to talk about is just general advice for starting off the game. So I'm waiting to make that video until we get any last minute details about how gacha will work or other mechanics. But in general, my advice is of course to be very patient and try to conserve your resources. Don't necessarily spend right away before we get all the information that we have. The other videos I want to make are some videos capturing footage of other games. I intend for this channel to focus on Dragalia Lost, but I do want to get some experience just capturing footage and talking over it. So I plan to look at Grand Blue Fantasy since I've never played that before, and I know that there's a lot of systems in that game that can inform us about what Dragalia Lost will be like. And also possibly look at Fire Emblem Heroes to practice capturing from Android and not browser. And so expect some videos like that over the coming days, as well as any reactions to new content that comes out. But with that, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time!